Well, Worshippers, I got up tiered again. 5 and 7, pretty typical. I kind of like the matchup. We've got an Court. It's tier 5 granted, but it's still a pretty good battleship. And then there's a New York and a Wyoming, so it fits in here. The Court is a great battleship at tier. And the West Virginias are very powerful. You can burn them, but they're very powerful. So I like the looks of this matchup. What I don't like is with all the battleships in the game, even thinking about going mid-map, because you can get cross-fired from both sides. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. So I like to go, keep my six ships to each flank, come to the near flank. And I can tell right now the only place I can get is this island. I don't like to open water this thing. It's just not sturdy enough to kite and shoot like a lot of people do. So I'm going to get in tight and try to play some zone control. And it's going to be a little bit of a dry video. But ultimately, I want to show you how not to play a destroyer. And also how to win a game, how to keep your eye on the scoreboard, and how to determine if the game can be won when your team is potatoing, because that's really the subject of this video. How to win when your team is potatoing. And I don't purport to fight a great game here. I tried, but there weren't many opportunities. So my first thought, ships will be coming from this direction, is to get on this side of the island, butt out, and try to hit the DD that's in there. This seems a little bit exuberant to me. I don't know what Lead Top's thinking. So I'm trying to swing out now. And if I just come in a little further, I would have had some good shots. But that Andy's up here, he would make pretty short work of me. So now he is smoked up. I don't know if the New Orleans has any kind of, sonic ability, hydro or radar. I really don't know. So this is kind of a long positioning battle, and you can see our Cervantes did one good thing. He took this zone immediately. I think he spawned mid, and now he's heading over to the next zone. And there's only, well, it's an asymmetrical game again. They've got 2 DDs. We've got 1 more cruiser. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at this little cranny over here, and the way their ships are positioned, I think there's a chance I can get into it and prevent this zone from being captured. And that's what I'm currently attempting to do. So we start out well, we get a kill, and it's right here. That's the little cranny I'm looking for, and it's going to be dependent upon what this New Orleans does, how long I can stay there. But even in reverse, which is tediously slow, I can reverse around this island and probably limit my damage. So right now I just got to get my throttle in the right position. And if I had a chance to do this again, I'd try to bring it in a little bit more. Just a little bit too much risk of being spotted this way. I'd try to get it in just a little closer. So we lose the Congo, but you can see we're taking Zone C up here. The Cervantes is taking Zone C as well. And then we lose the Agnicourt. I guess he was on this side. I can't fault him too much. To use this boat well, you want to be close because it's got 8-kilometer secondaries, and I think they're SAP, if I'm not mistaken, semi-armor piercing. So right now we're down a ship, but we're up 40 points. And I think that Wyoming's coming in, so I had to back out. But the DD that was in A also egressed. So both of our ship losses are on our side of the board. The 6 on the other side are holding their own, playing, stay out of visual range of the enemy. And the Cervantes has given up on spotting the enemy over in here. He's coming back to the other side. Here he is again. This is a zone capture guy. And you can't blame him for that. Zone capture is very important. He captured these 2 zones. Good on him. But what the fuck is he doing? So then we lose another ship. And oh, that was over here too. So we're down to 3 ships against their... Well, it looks like there's 7 here. And we haven't killed any. So I get back into the nook and cranny to try to preserve the zone so we can build points on the zones we have. If you're asking yourself, what is this guy doing? That's a good question. The Cervantes. He's kind of he's the star of this video. He's the famous actor, the Cervantes. His name is, let's look at his name. Darkness. Darkness is the action figure. Now we lose the New Orleans. That was on our side. So we've lost 4 ships over here. And they've done a good job over on the other flank. But we're running out of ships. And there's a lot of guys around here. So at this point, what I'm thinking about doing, and this is another part of this film to study, take one with you. I don't think I'm getting out of this alive at this point. I'm just trying to delay the taking of the zone for as long as I can. And then we lose another New Orleans, and that's from this side. I'm all alone now. There's 7. You might be asking yourself, what is he doing? And that'd be a good question. What is Darkness doing? So there he's shooting at the T-22. But, you know, a DD all alone up here wouldn't have been bad. But he's come over to kind of meander. He's done what he knows. He knows zone capture. At this point, Darkness doesn't know what he's doing.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes direct front. Torpedoes.
So I was tempted to try to get back in the zone, but and perhaps I should have. This is also some heads-up play here. So we get our first real kill. Somebody got the Duke, and I think that was up here. But he doesn't have to rush into 7 ships. A better idea would have been to kind of hang out here and shoot from long range. But he decided, you know, they're kind of island hiding a little bit. That's what was going on over here. And then there's a second one down, and I think this is the New Orleans. Yeah, it's probably the New Orleans. But he didn't have to come in like that. Oh, no. No, that was up here. That happened up here. One of these is the New Orleans. Not sure who that guy is. So he's rushed in. He's gotten within being killed range. And now he's backing back out. That's some heady play, isn't it? That's some heady play to rush into him like that. So I needed to anticipate that Andrea Doria was going to hit the brakes, I think. So I had a New York coming the other side. So this is called Take One With You. And now here's a guy who's probably a 40% player. Thinks he's doing it. And I just maybe... Oh, shit. You know what I did? I thought I had my AP loaded up, and I didn't. Should have taken him out. That's my mistake. Don't do that. Don't do that, viewers. I knew he was coming, and I meant to have AP loaded, and I thought I did, but I didn't. When I watched the replay, I somehow I didn't key it in. So we are up, as you can see, about 250 points. But we're down. Let's see. We've lost 6. They've lost 4. We're down 2 ships. And the guy that came steaming at him died. I don't know what he was, but he died. So now we got this New Orleans who's been clearing up on the far east. And I think he's going to finish off this other ship. These 2 West Virginias wave their guns around a lot. That's another item, newbies. Try to keep your guns aligned. You do that with the mouse. Even when you're making your turns, get them aligned. You can set their position too. You can do that with, I believe it's Control. Gee, I do it subconsciously, I think. I think it's Control X. So Blowhard, he sailed right across the opening. This is the brain dead play. I want to show you. He starts to win the gunfight. He's shooting AP. It's all he has. He just had some kind of recommendation or accommodation flare go up. Now this is where he's already been hit by the Mutsu. And this is where, look at, he stays on course. He's firing like crazy, trying to take the ship out. Doesn't change speed, doesn't change course. He's letting the Mutsu know where he is. I mean, what did he expect? What did he expect? Getting the kill on that T-22 wasn't as important as staying alive because he had him in lower health. But that player is too stupid to play World of Warships. You cannot play like that. He thought the game was over, and I'll tell you why. He didn't look at this. He wasn't looking at this. He was looking at the number of ships left. You got to be an all-around player if you're going to help your team. And what's going on now is the battleships are picking up the strays. There was a lot of crippled birds in the field, and the battleships have picked them up. So now that's a 350-point lead with 624 left. But this is the real key right here. Look at the timer. If you're not running the score timer, you're not playing. You don't know where you are. And perhaps that Cervantes wasn't. But we're a minute and 18. Now it's going to go up. Minute 35. Despite the loss of a ship, and then we get it back, and look at where this guy's going. I tell him, try to live. I think if you run, we got it. And I'm looking at the score timer because they're not even in B yet. I said, turn around now. Now, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he's stuck the course. And finally, he turns around. He's acting like he had it figured out. Okay, he says, wah! Well, guess what he was about to do? Steam to defend B. He was going to steam to defend B. It takes a full minute to take a zone. So it's 30 seconds here. They can't get all the way over here. And even now, he doesn't realize that. So I actually think because he wins the game on points against 4 other ships, I think it's a solo warrior. He was going to steam right into, I'm telling you, he was going to steam right into the channel by B. So, I mean, I've played 9,000 games. So I understand the ways to win and the ways to lose. But if you're going to contribute to your team, you've got to know the ways that you can win and the ways you can lose so you conduct yourself properly at the time. And that Cervantes just absolutely brain farted. And had he stayed alive, they won anyway, but it was a close game. They picked up the battleships picked up the strays at the end, and that was the difference. But so the lessons from this are: number one, keep aware, situationally aware at all times. Know where you are. And number two, do not do something that's critically stupid, like continuing to spam at a destroyer in smoke when you're already undermanned. Keep aware of the situation. That could have been the difference. If we didn't have such a big lead, that Cervantes could have 86th the effort. But ultimately, you can tell there's a lot of ways to win and a lot of ways to lose, and bad players find a way to lose. Full retardation is a tough thing. You can't cure it. Full retardation is permanent, but I'm here to help those that are only partial retards, like myself. If you're partially retarded, you can eventually learn this game. If you're a full retard, you need to find another occupation as far as pastime.